The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
The following sports broadcast is a special presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school basketball. Today's game is being brought to you by
Century 21 Modern Realty Results, Cody's Auto Body, The Palace Lounge, CMA Honda, the Berkeley County Health Department, Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, Brown's Funeral Home and Cremations, Hagerstown Ford, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, W. Harley Miller Systems, Smallwood and Small Insurance Agency, CMA Chrysler Dodge, WVU East, the law firm of Burke Schultz Harmon and Jenkinson, RAI Properties, Parsons Ford, Rocks, Gary Kelly Allstate, and Panhandle Dumpsters.
And now, let's go courtside and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team with today's pregame show.
Good evening and welcome into the Martinsburg Fieldhouse for EPAC boys basketball action in the Mountain State on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. I'm Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me on the call tonight is Nick Verzolini. John Alderton is our on-site producer. Kyler High and Alec Epperson are our camera crew. And Dylan Bishop's back at the studio as we welcome you in to the pregame show brought to you by W. Harley Miller Systems, providing custom integration services like home and office automation, home theater networking, audio, video distribution, and more. Call 304-350-1931 or visit whmsystems.com. Currently a bit delayed here for tip-off of varsity action as the JV game between Martinsburg and Musselman still currently ongoing. There's 14.4 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and it's a 34-32 lead for Musselman. We'll also do our best to provide coverage of tonight's senior night festivities for the Bulldogs as they honor the 7 seniors on this year's team. Not sure if there's any cheerleaders or anybody else being honored. I believe there might be. So, again, we'll do our best to kind of try to pick up that audio from the PA sound system. Nick, as we gear up for tonight's contest, we look back at the last time around where these two teams met, and it was a very close game that resulted in a 7-point win for the Bulldogs at Klein Court.
Well, we might get overtime in this JV game. It's 34-32, and Martinsburg has a player headed to the line to shoot 2, down by 2. But, yeah, it was a good game last time these two teams met, and tonight's game should be interesting as, you know, Martinsburg will be without Garrett Height tonight. So, huge loss to their starting lineup, obviously, and he had 28 in that victory over Musselman at Klein Court. So, you know, these two teams usually play close games. Martinsburg, by the way, if you're tuning in on radio, missed both the free throws, so JV should end in a Musselman victory here unless something crazy happens with 3.6 seconds. But, yeah, tonight's game, you know, it's going to be interesting. Obviously, this is a senior-heavy Bulldog team. Musselman's coming off of that terrible loss the other night in terms of the final score to Jefferson, 75-39. But according to Coach Basile, you know, a lot of their team was sick and not feeling 100%. So he said they feel about 80% tonight. So both sides are dealing with injuries and sickness and all sorts of things, and could lead for you know, a real interesting game, or it could maybe even lead to an upset. You never know what can happen. But no Garrett Height for Martinsburg feels like the biggest storyline heading into this one because of his huge game he had last time against the Applemen and the fact that the Martinsburg offense has been struggling a bit recently. Really, since that game, it hasn't been the same. So we'll see.
Yeah, we talked about it on the Sports Mix earlier. Since that game, Martinsburg's went 3-3, and those 3 losses have come back-to-back in all double-digit losses as Musselman now leads 35-32 in the JV game. A final free throw missed, and Martinsburg gets the rebound and takes a timeout. So they have one last opportunity to chuck it and see what happens with 2.3 seconds left. So we'll hang around here just to see if it goes into overtime or if we will go straight into the senior night coverage. But for Musselman, as you mentioned, not only a tough loss to Jefferson with those 3 key guys in Shelton, Bartles, and Santa Maria dealing with the flu, it's kind of just been a tough season overall for the Applemen. Talking with Coach Basile, they've kind of just been lost in their ways because of how the season's gone, sitting at 6-10. It's something that this program just isn't used to. They've been able to stay positive, and you know they can surprise at times because they always have, but it's still a challenge, obviously, because of just the talent everywhere else.
Yeah, that's the thing with the EPAC, right? You have 6 schools. All of them have their moments when they're at the top, and all of them have their moments when they're at the bottom. You know, somebody's got to be in those 5th and 6th spots. Not everybody's going to be at the top of the conference. I mean, just a few years ago, Martinsburg was 8-16. So even a program as good as them can be at the bottom every once in a while, and that's just how things in this conference goes. We have a last-second heave. A little bit short.
Hit off the front of the rim, so Musselman gets the 35-32 win in the JV game.
Yeah, but, I mean, both these programs have been to the state tournament. They've had great teams, and they've both had their down years. It's just how the EPAC is. There's all these programs at this point you can expect to have a chance to win. And we're getting ready now for senior night. I don't know if they're going to do it right away. It looks like it's going to start pretty soon. But Martinsburg, like you said, 7 seniors. Kyrie Bunny, Zion Asia-Mendoa, Keyshawn Cheek, Braden Harrison, Garrett Height, Anthony Awuna, and Jay Sean Durding. So it's a good senior class for Martinsburg. It's a big senior class, and it should be a nice ceremony here for all these guys, and we'll see if they can go out with a final win here. Not in their final home game because they'll still have Morgantown and possibly one other depending on some scheduling things. So still got some games coming up, but their last one in against the EPAC team.
We will now send it down to the PA system, I believe, as they will here momentarily begin with tonight's coverage of senior night, as everybody currently getting into place as they wrap up the JV game. So Again, you're tuned into EPAC Boys Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Tonight's contest features the Musselman Appleman and Martinsburg Bulldogs. Other games going on in the Panhandle tonight as it's rivalry night in the area. Of course, Spring Mills taking on Hedgesville at Hedgesville, and then the Jefferson County rivalry between Washington and Jefferson. We'll do our best to provide scores, if possible, of those games throughout tonight's coverage of this game as the final things kind of being put into place here. They're trying their best to make sure everything's nice and neat down below. Nick, you got something to say before this
Well, I was
begins?
just going to say real quick something kind of cool that I didn't even think about with this matchup, and maybe one of the reasons why they decided to make this senior night. Corday Bunny on the other side for Musselman, and of course his brother Kyrie, being one of the seniors, gets to walk out with him as part of the senior night festivities. So
yeah, for those
kind of
tuned in on TV 10 or our YouTube stream, you see both of the brothers along with the family down there, and it looks like we're beginning here, so we're going to stop talking and allow them.
His favorite thing to do is go to the football field and run around. The other sports he plays is football. His future plans are to play Division I football. Ladies and gentlemen, Kyrie Bunny. Our next senior is Keyshawn Chief. Keyshawn is getting next door to Samaya, Isaiah, and Davina. His most memorable moment in high school was scoring 1,000 points. His favorite thing to do is play basketball. His future plans are to go to college and play basketball. Ladies and gentlemen, Keyshawn Chief. Our next senior is Jayshawn Burley. Jayshawn is being mentored by Jason Burley and Vivian Barr. His most memorable moment in high school was winning the state championship in football. His favorite thing to do is play football. The other sports he plays is football. His future plans are to go to college. Ladies and gentlemen, Jayshawn Burley. Our next senior is Zion Doyle. Zion is being mentored by Chanel Doyle and Nick Doyle. His most memorable moment in high school was doing burpees in the snow for Mr. Gallagher's class. His favorite thing to do is play basketball. Zion also has a 4.67 GPA. His future plans are to attend college to pursue a bachelor's degree. Ladies and gentlemen, Zion Doyle. Our next senior is Dave Harrison. Blade is being escorted by Jason and Stephanie Harrison. His most memorable moment in high school was taking trips to the beach. His favorite thing to do is play basketball, video games, and hang out with friends. His future plans are to go to college and major in criminology. Ladies and gentlemen, Brandon Harrison. Our next senior is Garrett Pike. Garrett is being escorted by Jen Steen and Kevin Steen. His most memorable moment in high school was the Stevens Park legislature in 2022. His favorite thing to do is play basketball. Garrett also enjoys basketball and baseball. His future plans are to become a fireman. Ladies and gentlemen, Garrett Pike. Our final senior for boys basketball is Anthony O'Looney. Anthony is being escorted by Ignazi and Anthony Ola Sr. His most memorable moment in high school His future plans are to attend WVU or Pregame and major in biology. Ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Lewis. Now on to our cheerleaders. Our first cheerleader is Taylor Cleves. She is being escorted by her mom and dad. Her future plans are to major in criminology and eventually go to law school to become a criminal defense attorney. Her favorite memory was getting the opportunity to cheer at states together for 4 years in high school. Ladies and gentlemen, Taylor Cleves. Our next cheerleader is Serenity Henry. She is being escorted by her great uncle Gene, her mom Cindy, and father Lee. Her future plans are to continue her education, studying marine science and veterinarian, then move to Georgia to work on an aquarium. Her favorite memories is the playing room, obviously, and building her skills for both to become a college cheerleader. Ladies and gentlemen, Taylor Cleves. Our next senior is Julia Long. She's being escorted by her trio boys and her best friend, Sydney. Her future plans are to go to the University in Buffalo, New York to cheer and study biology and pre-med. Her favorite memory is getting ready for competitions together and Friday night lights for football games. Ladies and gentlemen, Julia Long. Our final senior is Anna Quails. She is being escorted by her mom Valerie and dad Christopher. Her future plans are to go to college to become a nurse. Her favorite memory is giving her life to Jesus. Ladies and gentlemen, Anna Quails.
So, Alec, now you can go. Great shot. It looks like that will conclude tonight's coverage of the senior night festivities. We will step aside, take a 2-minute commercial break. On the other side of that break, we'll continue with the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show and gear you up for tonight's EPAC boys basketball contest between Musselman and Martinsburg here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
If you or someone you know suffers from the disease of addiction, help is available from the Berkeley County Quick Response Team with peer recovery coaches and support promptly to the homes of those who've recently experienced an overdose. This collective effort towards recovery brings resources and services to the community, including naloxone and treatment options. Call 304-267-1313 or visit the Berkeley County Recovery Resource Center at 800 Emmett Rouse Drive, Martinsburg. The Berkeley County Quick Response Team is funded through a DHHR grant with the Berkeley-Morgan County Health Department.
Reserve a table by the fire every night. Relax in the warmth and comfort of a Roach Energy gas fireplace. Roach Energy. Call 304-263-3329. Want the kids to warm up to you? Get a gas fireplace from Roach Energy. Roach Energy. Call 304-263-3329.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows, whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
With a great selection comes great possibilities. And at CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg, the possibilities are endless. Shop our amazing selection of new vehicles like the Ram 1500. And right now, save on new Jeeps like the Wrangler and Grand Cherokee models. Plus, every Jeep purchase comes with our Jeep Wave program. So wherever your possibilities take you, you'll be connected. Shop CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg today. Owners just care more.
Welcome back to the Martinsburg Fieldhouse as senior night festivities have concluded. They are clearing the court, and here in just a few moments, the 20-minute countdown for warm-ups will begin. Again, our pregame show is brought to you by W. Harley Miller Systems, providing custom integration services like home and office automation, home theater networking, audio, video distribution, and more. Call 304-350-1931 or visit whmsystems.com. EPAC boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 between the 6-10 Musselman Appleman and the 10-5 Martinsburg Bulldogs. Dylan Bishop's back at the studio. Al Epperson, Kyler Hines running our cameras. John Alderton's our on-site producer, and Nick Verzolini alongside me. I'm Colin McLaughlin. Happy to have you tuned in wherever you may be for tonight's game. So things obviously behind schedule, but that's okay. Had a great JV matchup. That was a one-possession game. You got the senior night, and now hopefully a good varsity game.
Yeah, definitely will be interesting. Like we said, a lot of big storylines heading into tonight's game. It just hasn't been the season you expected for a Musselman program. I mean, they lost a lot from last year. It was a very senior-heavy team. This year, more of a junior, sophomore team. Not nearly as many seniors, just two listed on the roster, but I believe actually they might have three. But either way, it's a pretty young team. They'll have a lot back next year, so next year could be a big year you would expect for Musselman. But this year, they've had their ups and downs. Still, though, a team you never want to overlook, and that's the thing with the EPAC. Even if teams are struggling, even the bottom of the conference will give you a tough, at least, game for a half. So tonight, with no Garrett Height on the Martinsburg side, that is obviously big. And then, how healthy is Musselman on the other side? So should be interesting. Should be a fun matchup. It's a big rivalry. These games are usually close. Typically, for whatever reason, when Martinsburg's playing at Musselman, it's even tougher for them. So maybe it won't be the same kind of game we got last time, but I think with Height being out and everything else, going into this one, I do think it will probably play out to be a pretty close game. But we'll see if Martinsburg can, bounce back. It's been a tough stretch for them recently, so can they kind of recover? But Washington-Jefferson's just about ready to tip off, so we'll keep you updated on that one since we got a lot of time here in this pregame show. And I don't know how long
it might be even longer now because the scoreboards went out. So hopefully that didn't stop the clock.
I'm sure they'll adjust it to something. I don't think they're going to make sure that it goes right where it was when the scoreboard went out. So
I don't know if anybody's noticed it yet.
Yeah, I don't know. They'll figure it out. I mean, the officials are usually on top of it as well.
Looks like they are.
So they know when things started and when the game should be starting. Obviously, they're not just going to let us sit here for 40 minutes at a pregame warm-up or something, unless, of course, the scoreboard doesn't work at all. That would be
Aaron Byler's on the case, so
we know
hopefully
if anything,
he can save the day.
Byler will get it done efficiently.
He doesn't need paper towels.
The least amount of paper towels possible.
He doesn't need paper towels.
You don't know that.
Hopefully not. I mean, this is electrical stuff, so I don't think paper towels could save the day this time around. So both teams on the floor warming up as
apparently it was still running.
Scoreboard is back up and operational. I think you're correct that it might have been still running. I don't know. Right now it says 17 minutes left here for pregame warm-ups. So just anticipating, as we said, a great matchup between Martinsburg and Musselman that finished 69-62 last time. Also talked with coaches earlier because with this being the last week of the regular season, we know votes for postseason seating come in here soon. As for those that might not know, the voting is back, and also there has been a change to the tournament format that was made known a while ago but officially posted as to how it will be earlier this week. We shared it on our social media pages as well. So no more sections for high school boys and girls basketball. Everything is done as a regional tournament now. So each team seeded 1 through 6. The 1 and 2 seeds both get byes and automatically get to advance and host the regional co-championships, as still, with there being 4 regions in the state, 2 teams from each region will make it as qualifiers for the 8-team state tournament. And then here in Region 2, 3 seed will host the 6 seed, and the winner of that will take on the 2 seed, and the 4 seed will host the 5 seed, in which the winner of that game will take on the 1 seed. So the first game for that will be a Friday night, and then the region championship will be on a Tuesday night. So that is Friday, March 7th as game 1, I believe, and then the regional championship will be March 11th.
Yeah, so this one's huge tonight, especially depending on that matchup between Jefferson and Washington, because a Martinsburg win and a Washington loss should, if the voters vote based off of, overall records and all that stuff, should give Martinsburg the 2 seed, but you never know how they're going to vote. And of course you may say, well, yeah, Washington might have one more loss in the EPAC, but we feel like they're the better team, and that could be a fair viewpoint. But I do think it's definitely possible to sway the voting tonight with a win over Musselman, and if Washington were to lose to Jefferson. So we'll see. And the other thing, of course, with that Jefferson matchup, if they win, how much are the forfeits going to be considered, and do they possibly go from at one point maybe being considered the 6th seed to all of a sudden being considered the 4 seed? It really just depends on how you view those forfeit losses, or if you view them as wins because they were wins on the court. So that should be interesting. For Martinsburg, though, it's either going to be the 2 or the 3 for them. A loss tonight, it's the same thing on the other side. A loss would put you most likely in that 3 spot, and then Washington would probably be the 2 unless they were to both lose, and then it just is probably going to just come down to eye test and who you feel like is the better team, which we've kind of said we feel like Washington might be the better team, but it's close, and it's definitely a tough vote.
And just to add one more note to kind of shake things up even more, for most teams in the area, tonight's games are their final games for conference play, other than Tuesday night's game between Hedgesville and Washington. And to add to a potential shakeup, the votes need to be due, from what I heard, on Wednesday. Don't know an exact time as to when they need to be in on Wednesday, so we'll see if coaches wait for that 7:30 game between Hedgesville and Washington before they cast their ballots, or if the votes for some might already be in before that game even gets played. Who knows how things will go.
Yeah, that will be an interesting factor. And of course the girls' side, the votes were in before a lot of games were finished up, so all the games
last night's games,
all the games last night were meaningless. And of course there's been some controversy about that, because a lot of people probably feel like since Martinsburg beat Musselman in one game and they beat Spring Mills twice, that there was no way that they should be below both of those teams. But that's how the voting turned out on the girls' side. So, the vote is kind of weird. We talked about it on the Sports Mix, though, why it is in place. And when you consider the fact that the other regions don't all play each other twice, it does make it kind of tough. But I think this region should be the exception to that rule, and I think they should consider some changes, because this is a conference that makes up the entire region, and they all play each other. So why not have that just be the determining factor, and then you could go to a tiebreaker, maybe scored points or something like that.
I heard mixed reasons, not reasons, but mixed reviews, I guess, on that, or comments on that from Coach Rogers. I heard that they could have different rules for this region. And then Coach Lewis, former coach of Jefferson, in the house tonight to watch this game, was saying that with this change, not only taking out of the sections, but the voting being back is actually all controlled by the state and the WVSSAC, so it's their rules of everything having to be the same.
Right, yeah, so don't know. Nobody really knows, I guess, the exact ruling on that, but I guess the SSAC would have to clear that up, and maybe we could contact somebody there and figure it out. But, yeah, obviously the vote is kind of weird. They got rid of it, and then it came back with the new format. So the new format, I think overall is a little bit more exciting, a little bit better. You don't have any meaningless playoff games, which is good. But it definitely makes it tough because if the sections are no longer the difference, and in the past we kind of had an imbalance of the sectional strength depending on the year. Some years, of course, the Berkeley County section, if you want to call it that, was a little bit stronger. And then the Musselman, Jefferson, Washington was a little bit weaker, and sometimes it's not that case. So this year, it's all meaningful, though, once you get to tournament time, and we'll see. I think 2 through 4 is still very much up for grabs in terms of seeding, or really 2 through 6, I guess I should say, because I don't know how they're going to vote toward the bottom either. So it's interesting. It's a good year basketball, though, and that's all you can really ask for.
All right, step aside and take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that 2-minute break, we'll have our coaches' pregame interviews. This is EPAC Boys Basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information. Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
Ice baths, polar plunges, what's wrong with you people? It's your old pal Cody from Cody's Auto Body. Newsflash, it's winter. Whether it's for a health craze or to raise money for the ladies' auxiliary, it seems people out there think it's a good idea to go outside, strip down, and pretend to be a polar bear or a penguin. What happened to sitting beside the fire, drinking, and adding on a few pounds to keep insulated until spring? Call me crazy, but how about we try not getting naked outside for a few months? Stay warm, stay safe on the road. As always,
that's Cody's with a T for trust.
In the market for a new vehicle? Then look no further than CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg and CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg, all in one convenient location. We have hundreds of new and used vehicles available, so you'll be sure to find exactly what you're looking for. And with CMA's Love It or Leave It promise and our lifetime powertrain warranty, you can buy with confidence. Visit us online at CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg.com and CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
High School here in the Martinsburg Field House, about 7.5 minutes away from tip-off between Musselman and Martinsburg. Let's now get our coaches' pregame interviews, which are brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, located at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons. First joined by Derek Basile, head coach of the Musselman Applemen. Coach Basile here in the final stretch, or final game, I believe, for you guys actually, of the regular season. Looking back on it all, how do you feel like the season's progressed for your team?
Well, we actually have 3 games next week, but we're on the road next for 2, and then we have a makeup game or a rescheduled game for Pendleton County on Thursday. So we have 3 left. It's been a tough year for us. There's been some things that haven't gone our way. Our schedule's been really tough. We've competed. I thought we've been pretty good. We struggled the other night against Jefferson. But we fought some injuries. We fought from sickness, some weather. So it's been a little bit of a mixed bag this year. But our guys are continuing to play hard. So we'll just keep working the next 4 games and see where we end up.
So, with it being these final few games, do you feel like you're going into the postseason here in a few weeks, that your team's kind of hitting that right stride at least to be closer, if not playing that best basketball that they need to here at this point of the year?
Yeah, I think we're playing pretty well. The other night against Jefferson, we had 3 kids that had the flu. They played, they gave it a go, but they struggled. So I think up until that game, we were playing pretty well, playing pretty solid basketball. So we hope to get back on track tonight and keep it going next week and just see where we're at going into that tournament.
Tonight, you guys take on Martinsburg. Last time, played a very close game. What do you remember from that game that you feel like went well, and what are some things that you need to tweak here tonight?
Well, I thought offensively we played pretty well. I thought we handled their pressure well. We need to get on their shooters. They shot it extremely well. The Height kid had 28 and the Chiefs kid had 26, so those 2 guys really hurt us. And, you know, with Martinsburg always, you got to be able to handle their pressure. If you can do that, you give yourself a chance.
Believe, at least rumor from what I've heard, haven't confirmed it yet, Height's out tonight, so they're going to need a few guys to really step up and provide that pressure elsewhere from other guys. I know you mentioned your team was battling the flu earlier this week. Just, I guess, how do you as a coach deal with that going into a game typically?
Well, it's tough. I mean, you know, we're going in this game, you know, with the idea that he'll play. We heard that a little bit this morning, but I would be surprised if he doesn't give it a shot. You know, our kids gave it a shot the other night. You know, they struggled, but they gave it a shot. As a coach, it's no different for me. You know, we're going to go in, and Martinsburg's got a lot of capable people. Even though Height's a really good player, they got a lot of capable people, so it really doesn't change anything for us.
What do you feel like in your head that tonight will be, I guess, that defining thing or key for you guys to get that win?
I mean, I think we have to play Musselman basketball. We have to have better movement on offense. We have to swing the ball. We have to look for the cutters. We haven't done that this year. That's why we struggled offensively. We haven't moved. We haven't got easy baskets. Settled for too many tough contested jump shots. We got to do better now. We got to get some easy hoops. And then on the defensive end, we got to play good defense. Our defense has struggled this year a little bit at times. So we have to put it all together.
Anything else, Coach?
That's it.
Thank you. Best of luck.
Thanks so much.
Now joined by Dave Rogers, head coach of the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Coach Rogers here in the final kind of week or so of the regular season. How do you feel like this season's progressed for your team?
Well, there's been times we thought we were going to be pretty good, and there's times we thought we weren't. And, you know, our problem right now is sharing the basketball and making sure our effort and energy is there. And if it is, we're pretty good. If it's not, we're not very good.
Unfortunately for you guys, it's been 3 straight pretty tough losses. Within failure, though, you usually figure out a lot more about yourself. People say, what have you found out about your team in these times of struggle?
Well, we got to execute. You have to believe and trust the system. Again, you have to share the ball. When I see statistics and I see a game with 1 assist or I see a game with 3 assists, you know you're not sharing the ball. If you're not sharing the ball, you're not going to beat anyone. So, you know, we've got guys that can score. We've got guys that can play defense. And as long as they do that, we're in good shape. So, you know, we're hoping that in the next couple, 2 or 3 games, we can raise back up because it doesn't get any easier. You got Musselman tonight without one of our starters. And then you've got we go to University on Wednesday. We got Morgantown on Saturday for sure. We're hoping West Side is going to make it here Friday. If they don't, we think we have a backup, but we have to work at it. And then it starts.
As you mentioned, Musselman tonight. Last time at their place, you guys got the win. However, it was a very close game. How are you feeling going into tonight's second time around against them?
Well, you know, they've had some great games, and they always have good games against us for some reason. You know, they've got a young team. They've got them all back, and, you know, they've gotten better over the year, and so we've got to be able to control that. We're probably going to see a zone again. They do a good job of taking that zone, try to take certain people away. We just have to figure out a way to beat that.
As you already mentioned, you're without one of your starters tonight, and Garrett Height. Who do you feel like needs to, or multiple guys, I guess that is, as well, potentially step up and help contribute as best as possible to fill those shoes?
Well, you know, Braden Harrison's going to start. We got Jay Sean Dirting coming off the bench. We've got Kevin Myers. We've got Zion Stanley. We have Nakeem Thompson. So, you know what? When someone goes down, you better get a little tougher. You better pull it together, and it's the next man up. and somebody will have a good game tonight in that place.
It's also senior night tonight. You guys are honoring, I believe, all 7 of your guys as seniors on the team this year. Just, I guess, talk a little bit about them and how much they've meant to the program over the years.
Well, if you've seen how much they've improved individually since they were freshmen, it's just unbelievable. Some of them had really not had much basketball experience at all. We think they've done a good job. You know, we think we have one of the best guards in the state in Keyshawn Cheeks, and he just gotta facilitate and score when he can score. He's averaging about 22, 23 a game. But everybody else just has to step up. You know, Anthony and Zion have done a great job along with Garrett and Kyrie, and then when you add Braden in there, and then you add Jay Sean in there, you know, that's a good group of seniors, and we're going to miss them.
Anything else, Coach Rogers?
No, it's just getting ready for that sectional tournament or the regional now, and you know, you hope before the vote comes out that everybody has played all their games, so everybody knows the record. And I'm understanding we don't go on record on the EPAC. We're going on coaches' votes. So it's going to be interesting. I looked at our girls, and I wonder, with their record in the EPAC, I'm trying to figure out how they went fourth. So, you know, when you put votes out there like that, anything can happen. So we just got to be ready to go.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it. Best of luck.
Thank you.
That was our coaches' pregame interviews. We'll now get tonight's keys of the game, brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Visit them online at fordofhagerstown.com. Keys of the game, Nick.
I think for Martinsburg, it's pretty simple. I'm going to just one player tonight, the key of the game, and I think the key will be Kyrie Bunny, because
wasn't sure if you were going with a pun there or not.
No. I think it's Bunny because you don't have Garrett Height, who stepped up. He's been kind of your second best scorer. So if Kyrie has a big game, I think Martinsburg will be fine. They don't need a huge game. They just need him to be, in the 10 to 15 point range and have him be, a contributor on the offensive end. And then you should be all right even without Garrett Height, because you still have your big guys that have played pretty well. You have Harrison, who gives you great energy. But you just need that other guard that's going to score outside of Keyshawn Cheek consistently. On the Musselman side, I think it's to try to keep that same energy they had last time around. They had great outside shooting in that game against Martinsburg. But you don't want to turn the ball over. You don't want to get sloppy against the Bulldog defense. So that will be important tonight, because that's kind of how the game went on last time and how they ended up losing.
All right, let's step aside, take another 2-minute break, and when we return, we'll get our starting 5 and opening tip here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 back in 2 minutes.
Ice baths, polar plunges, what's wrong with you people? It's your old pal Cody from Cody's Auto Body. Newsflash, it's winter. Whether it's for a health craze or to raise money for the ladies' auxiliary, it seems people out there think it's a good idea to go outside, strip down, and pretend to be a polar bear or a penguin. What happened to sitting beside the fire, drinking, and adding on a few pounds to keep insulated until spring? Call me crazy, but how about we try not getting naked outside for a few months? Stay warm, stay safe on the road. As always,
that's Cody's with a T for trust.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or HancockChevy.com.
Do you have someone in a nursing home, or are you worried about somebody you love going into a nursing home? The law firm of Daniel Staggers can protect your assets. Call the law firm of Daniel Staggers today at 304-267-3915. The Daniel Staggers Law Firm does elder care law, estate planning, and special needs trusts for disabled children and family members. Visit the Daniel Staggers Law Firm for your initial free consultation at 133 East John Street in Martinsburg. The Daniel Staggers Law Firm, when you need asset protection for you or for a family member.
For EPAC boys basketball between Martinsburg and Musselman. Opening tip brought to you by Rock's Local Markets with convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle. Fast, fresh, friendly. Rock's trying to get you the starters at the next dead ball, but the opening tip won by Martinsburg. It goes to Cheek, who will pass it to Aluna, who gives it to Ajmandua. Back to Aluna at the left wing. He pulls up for three, and it's too strong. No good. Rebounded by Musselman. Musselman quickly going down the court. It is Brown with it. Loses it. It's tipped out of bounds. And they say last off, I believe, Martinsburg, so it will be Musselman ball. Starting for Musselman, Shelton, Bunny, Brown, Santa Maria, and Price. As a layup is good off the inbound for Santa Maria. For Martinsburg, it's Bunny, Ajmandua, Cheek, Harrison, and Oluna back the other way. It's Harrison for three from the left wing. That's no good. Starting five brought to you by the Larry DeMarco team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results. And we have an offensive foul called against Musselman as a illegal screen allowed Brown a wide open right lane. So the layup does not count. It stays 2-0 here, 35 seconds into the ball game.
Yeah, Price picks up the foul there, but Musselman coming out in his own defense. Martinsburg has tried to shoot over it and so far been unsuccessful. Washington, by the way, leading Jefferson early on 20-18. So close one there.
Harrison at the left baseline, kicking it out to the wing for Ajmandua, who will give it to Aluna. They swing it into the right corner for Bunny. Bunny dribbles, drives in, puts up a shot, misses everything, and it's rebounded by Musselman's Shelton. Gives it to Santa Maria. Santa Maria gives it to Brown, right wing three, airballed and right into the hands of Aluna. Cheek now with it, giving it to Ajmandua as Martinsburg takes it down the floor now. Handed to Cheek. Cheek gets double teamed. It's trapped in the left corner. Whistle blows with 6:37 left in the first, and it's a foul called against the Applemen.
I think it's a box and one trying to take away Keyshawn Cheek, which is a smart decision by Coach Basile. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. They're playing man on Cheek, and then everybody else is in a zone, so they're going to try to make everybody else beat them essentially tonight. We'll see
here's
how it works.
Bunny for a long two from the right corner, and that rattles around no good. Rebounded by Shelton. Shelton, long pass across the court now, caught by Brown at the right wing. They'll give it to Bunny for Santa Maria. Santa Maria drives the left side, gets past Zion Ajmandua, goes up with the right hand and gets it to fall. So 4-0 now. Musselman leads Martinsburg.
Here's the thing, you're going to get open shots going up against this defense, but can you make them? And I think that's essentially what Musselman's saying, that Martinsburg probably won't make them that much.
Ajmandua just a step back from the free throw line, shot no good. Offensive rebound by Bunny, he dribbles out to the top of the key, pulls up for three, his shot no good. Another offensive rebound by Harrison. Harrison with it in the right corner, three ball up, no good again for Martinsburg. Almost getting the offensive rebound was Ajmandua, but he can't gather it. It goes between his legs and into the hands of Santa Maria, who will bounce pass it for Shelton.
Martinsburg might already want to think about a timeout just because they're just chucking right now. They're not really working for good shots.
Santa Maria gets a pass open down low, goes with the left hand this time. Shot no good, but he's fouled by Ajmandua. That's his first, team first, to send Santa Maria to the free throw line for two shots. 5:22 left in the first. It's Musselman 4, Martinsburg nothing so far.
Yeah, Santa Maria to the line. He's obviously, for a big guy, shoots very well from the free throw line. He gets fouled a lot, and early on he's making his presence felt. But already Martinsburg trying to adjust to it. I saw Coach Rogers talking to Keyshawn, and they were going over how to open some things up for him because obviously Musselman's trying to take that away.
First free throw was good, second one no good, so it's 5-0 Musselman. Luna for Cheek. The free throw line dribbles now back towards midcourt as he gets double teamed. He gives it to Ajmandua, who pulls it for Luna, who takes a very awkward three from the right wing. no good. Offensive rebound, Harrison. The putback, no good. Rebounded now by Price from Musselman, and he's fouled underneath the basket with 4:58 left in the first. So second team foul called against Martinsburg, and the first against Kyrie Bunny.
Yeah, one of the questions here moving forward for Musselman was, does Brown get tired, and do they prevent turnovers like this one?
Yeah, Cheeks steals the pass, gives it to Ajmandua, who can't gather it. Ball tipped to Harrison, who no-look passes it down low for Awuna. His shot no good, but a tip-in off the rebound for Ajmandua, making it 5-2.
Because if Martinsburg can set up its press and get steals, then you can't get into your box-and-one defense.
Musselman breaks the press. Brown gives it to Bunny. Give it to Shelton. Back for Brown. Down low now, flashing in. Bunny wide open, but he misses the shot at the right block. Rebounded by Harrison. Harrison's going to give it to Kyrie Bunny of Martinsburg. Overhead pass it to his left. It's caught by Ajmandua. Gives it to Cheek. Cheek spins. Kicks it back out for Zion, who puts up the long two from the left wing. It's no good again. Rebounded by Musselman's Shelton. Seems like he's picked up most of the boards for them so far here in the first quarter, halfway through. It's Musselman 5, Martinsburg 2.
Yeah, Shelton is kind of at the bottom of the zone right now, so he's in that situation where he has to rebound for the Appleman. He's done a decent job.
Brown.
Really, Colin, Martinsburg doesn't have an outside shooter outside of Keyshawn, so I don't know how they're going to beat this defense consistently tonight unless they can somehow find a way to get layups, which Musselman's not allowing any layups. They're daring them to shoot the three, and they're not making them pay right now.
Brown's pass was deflected out of bounds by Martinsburg's Awuna into the stands as Martinsburg will take a timeout. First one of 5. 3:32 left in the first. We'll step aside, take a 30-second break, and then return with more EPAC boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
At Carter Myers Automotive, what we do today will tomorrow become what we've done. That's why Owners Just Do More no longer defines us. Our work is never done because what we live by doesn't have a finish line. We care. Our company of owners is moving lives forward every day by finding more ways to care before, during, and after your purchase. Because when you're happy, so are we. Carter Myers Automotive. Proud to be the owners who just care more.
We're back here live. Our first quarter is brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Buy your next vehicle online. They'll deliver it to you. If you don't like it, they'll take it back. Visit their website, fordofhagerstown.com, as well as Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street, Martinsburg. Family-owned, offering superior customer service and great pricing for a job done by experienced certified technicians. Call it 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. 3:32 left here in our opening quarter of action. It is Musselman leading Martinsburg by a low score of 5-2. Musselman with the inbound underneath the basket, a lob pass caught by Brown. Brown now hands it to Shelton. Shelton drives the middle, kicks it out now to the left wing for Bunny. Gives it to Brown, who bounce passes it for Price, who bobbles it, but gathers it down low. Tries to post up now. Puts up a shot. It goes off the side of the backboard, but he gets it right back and is able this time to get the shot to fall off the bank.
Yeah, Price can be a problem on the offensive glass. And he showed that right there.
Yeah, he had the mismatch against Myers as it's Bunny giving it over for Myers, who swings it across the left side. Ajmandua down low for Cheek. Cheek tries to spin around and put up a shot in the paint, but that is deflected, and now Musselman back the other way. Throws the ball away, as it might have been tipped, but they say it was last off either Price or Santa Maria as it goes right into our camera down below with Alec. So the turnover gives the ball to Martinsburg.
Yeah, they're trying to post up Keyshawn now because he has the height advantage on Brown, but there's still a lot of height down low for Musselman to help out, so I don't know if that's going to be effective.
Myers is going to take the three, and that's too strong. Offensive rebound. Grabbed by Cheek, and his putback no good as he was fighting for the ball with Ajmandua, his own teammate.
Yeah, probably if Zion grabs that rebound, it's going to be an easy layup for Martinsburg.
Euro step layup, no good, too low off the backboard by Bunny. Now back the other way is the other Bunny, and his transition jumper airballed. Price now with the long catch off the pass. Went up for the one-handed jam and gets stopped by the rim. Awuna the other way. Reverse layup, no good. Rebounded by Ajmandua. Kicked out to Myers. He bobbles it. Now drives left baseline. Floater, air ball. Nobody can make a basket right now. Bounce pass from Shelton. Slowing it down is Musselman as it's Brown with it towards midcourt. He's trying to start that offense up. He'll pass to his left. It's caught by Shelton. Shelton goes down low. Kicking it out now for Brown at the right wing, who gives it into the middle of the paint for Santa Maria, and his shot way off the mark. Just grazes the backboard, rebounded by Bunny, who goes coast to coast, gives it to Awuna, who's running with him. His shot, no good, but he's fouled with 1:16 left here in the first quarter. That'll send Anthony Awuna to the line for 2 shots, as that's the 3rd team foul of the quarter against Musselman. The second of the night against Brown. Awuna free throw up and good, making it 7-3. As now checking in for Martinsburg will be Dirting and Stanley. Bulldogs just trying to find answers.
Yeah. And
so is Musselman.
Yeah, I mean, Musselman hasn't been great offensively, but their defense is...
Free throw good, but it's not going to count. We have a lane violation called. So it stays 7-3. Sorry for interrupting you, Nick. Finish your point here.
Yeah, I mean, you're good. I don't really have too much else.
Wasn't sure.
It's just... Musselman's got to be a little bit more consistent. Their defense has been very effective. Martinsburg, they got to make jump shots. And right now they're airballing, so...
Polanco catching it, putting up a 3 in the right corner. Off the side of the rim, no good. Myers gets the rebound, but loses it. It was tipped by Shelton, they say. Yes.
Yeah,
he poked it away from Myers.
It almost looked like disaster for Martinsburg from up here, but I guess that Shelton got a piece of it.
1 minute remaining. Clock rolling here in the first quarter. Myers to Dirting. Dirting in the right corner. Has it poked away by Shelton and stolen. Santa Maria with it now. Back to Shelton. He's going to dribble it down the court for the Appleman. Breaks midcourt. Bounce passes it to his left. It's caught by Bunny, who gets double teamed, so he gives it back to Shelton, who fires a pass down low for Santa Maria, but he catches it low, and wrapping him up is Stanley. Jump ball possession arrow, keeping it Musselman possession with 34.4 seconds left in the first.
Good look there from Musselman, but you never want the big guy to have the ball low, because that allows the guards to get to it. You want to be able to catch it high and keep it high and then put it up and in.
Deflected out of bounds by Cheek, so it'll stay Musselman ball with another baseline inbound as Santa Maria tries to get it and does from Bartles, who checked in for the first time. Santa Maria gives it to Shelton at the top of the key, back to Santa Maria, who kicks it out for Bartles. Wide open left corner 3 off the side of the rim, no good. Gathered by Stanley. Martinsburg flying down the court now. It's Cheek. Pass intended for Dirting, stolen at the right block by Musselman. 10 seconds left. Shelton calls out the play. It's 7-3 Musselman leading Martinsburg here in the first. Shelton guarded by Cheek, gives it to Bartles. His pass stolen by Myers, and he just chucks it down the court trying to save it from going out of bounds, but he stepped on that sideline, which stops the clock with 3.8 seconds left. We'll give Musselman the ball back.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to come down to, can Martinsburg create enough Musselman turnovers to get themselves some easy offense? Because in the half court, they're just not making the shots that Musselman's willing to give them, and I don't think they're going to be able to make enough consistently to win.
Inbound to Bartles, back to Santa Maria. Shot at the buzzer is 9-3. The quarter will end. Musselman leading Martinsburg by 6 here in the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. We'll step aside, take a 1-minute break, and then return with more EPAC boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at whmsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
Welcome back here. As we head into the second quarter, it will be Martinsburg ball as they trail Musselman 9-3 after the first quarter. Cheek with Bunny. Bunny starts his dribble, only does one, and then passes to Stanley, who will give it to Myers. Myers for Luna, into the left corner for Bunny, and they swing it now around the right side. Just driving in is Myers. His layup, too strong, bounces off the rim twice. Now back the other way, it's Musselman with a long pass that's caught, and a intercepted pass by Polanco into the hands of Bunny. Bunny to Cheek, kicking it out into the left corner after he drives in. Three-pointer from the corner, no good by Myers. The ball's going to be tipped out of bounds. Neither team so far has made a three. Neither team's really made much of anything here tonight so far.
No, it's been a rough offensive game. I mean, obviously this defense has caused a lot of problems for Martinsburg. And it really shouldn't. It should open up a lot of easy looks, but just nobody's making any open jumpers.
Shelton for Bartles puts up the left corner three, and that's left short off the side of the rim. Adjamandua picks up the rebound. Martinsburg has numbers the other way. Bunny, layup no good. Put back by Cheek, no good. He gets it right back. Third time not a charm for Martinsburg. It's tipped out of bounds. Last off Santa Maria. Martinsburg will keep possession.
But Musselman hasn't taken enough advantage of it, so they haven't been able to pull away enough where you feel like Martinsburg is just out of it, because it's only a 6-point game despite a lot of the struggles.
Inbound and a late whistle.
I think we had a foul on Santa Maria, I
believe you're correct. 6:54 left in this second quarter, waiting for the scoreboard to put something up, and you are correct.
Yeah, he was battling down low, so that's what I thought it had to be.
Inbound to Bunny. He turns around, passes it for Stanley. Left wing three, up and good. So Stanley makes it a 3-point game. Musselman 9, Martinsburg 6. Long pass across the court. Caught by Price, but then somehow lost it, so stolen by Martinsburg. Quickly back the other way. It was Aluna down low. His contested shot no good. Rebounded by Santa Maria. Now it's Shelton going down the floor for Musselman. He fires it down low, and not able to get it is Bunny. These long passes just too much for the Applemen to handle, and we're going to get a full timeout taken by the Applemen. So we'll step aside and take a 30-second break. 6:27 left in the first. It's Musselman 9, Martinsburg 6. This is EPAC Boys Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
At Carter Myers Automotive, what we do today will tomorrow become what we've done. That's why owners just do more no longer defines us. Our work is never done, because what we live by doesn't have a finish line. We care. Our company of owners is moving lives forward every day by finding more ways to care before, during, and after your purchase. Because when you're happy, so are we. Carter Myers Automotive. Proud to be the owners who just care more.
We welcome you back to the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. Our second quarter is brought to you by Brown Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, a family-owned full-service funeral home proudly serving the area since 1880, as well as Parsons Ford of Martinsburg. They're located at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com, and they became number one by making you number one first. Parsons.
Not a whole lot of good basketball right now between these two teams. Offensively, it has been kind of dreadful at times. I mean, Musselman's defense, you could say, has been pretty good in terms of doing exactly what they want to, which is force Martinsburg to hit shots from anybody other than Keyshawn Cheek, and they have taken Keyshawn out of the game. But they only have a 3-point lead because they've had too many turnovers. They're not making shots on their end. And, so Now it's Polanco's assignment. Brown's no longer on Cheek. We'll see if Polanco can do as good of a job.
Ajmandua with it at the right elbow, and we get a foul called away from the ball with 6:12 left in the second quarter. It's Musselman 9, Martinsburg 6. That's the second team foul of the quarter against Musselman, and it's the first of the evening against Shelton. Inbound to Aluna, caught at the top of the key. I'll hand it to Bunny, who's just to his right. Bunny, left wide open, doesn't take the three. Instead, he passes it to his right for Stanley. We'll give it to Aluna. Aluna trying to make some moves against Shelton. Gives it to Bunny. Bunny this time does pull up for three from the right wing, and it's short. Rebounded by Musselman. Santa Maria gives it to Shelton, who breaks the timeline. It's double team, gives it to Polanco. Polanco fakes a pass, dribbles to the right elbow, pulls up. Shot no good. Offensive rebound by Price, who sends it long towards midcourt for Shelton to reset the offense. Shelton passes to Polanco. Gets the lob pass back, and now we have a foul called as trying to intercept that pass was Cheek, and then when he came down, he makes contact with Shelton. So that is Cheek's first foul. Team second of the quarter.
Martinsburg's just trying to find something here. They bring on Thompson.
Brown gets the inbound. We'll give it to Shelton, who's guarded by Kyrie Bunny. Shelton picks up his dribble, passes to his left. It's caught by Santa Maria at the left wing. He's trying to dribble down low, loses his footing, just kind of rolls it into the left corner for Polanco. Polanco's going to be fouled, and that might be Cheek again. It is. So 2 quick fouls for Keyshawn Cheek here in 15 seconds. That's the third team foul of the quarter now for Martinsburg.
I do wonder if Keyshawn goes to the bench, would that help Martinsburg? Because they wouldn't have to face the box and one anymore?
I don't know, but Price drives the left baseline, goes up with a shot. It's no good off the bottom of the backboard, but he's fouled, so Price will go to the free throw line, and that's the 4th foul of the quarter now against Martinsburg.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
As Thompson picks up his first. Price free throw off the back of the rim, no good.
Well, Keyshawn's going to go to the bench, so we'll see if it does maybe change some things up. I mean, it shouldn't, because they've gotten plenty of open looks. They're just not making them. So now they're going to have to change the defense. What do they go to? Do they stay in some sort of zone, or do they go man?
Price missed both free throws. It was rebounded by Martinsburg's Bunny.
So it looks like it's a 2-3 now.
Harrison, Bunny, Stanley. Tried to get it back to Bunny. Pass deflected. Stolen by Musselman back the other way. It's Corday Bunny. His layup no good. Rebounded by Martinsburg. Ajmandua tries to dribble behind the back. Loses it now. Almost throws it over Kyrie Bunny. But he's able to jump back up and grab it. Gives it to Ajmandua. Who passes to Thompson. Ajmandua gets it from Bunny now. Pulls up from the right elbow. Shot no good. Rebounded by Musselman. And
wasn't intentional.
Contact made as Polanco had the rebound. Thompson grabbed it. A jump ball occurred, and Thompson just afterwards kind of was trying to pull the ball away from Polanco, and while doing so made contact with Polanco's face.
Yeah, he tried to rip through because he was just playing through until the whistle, and then as the whistle was blown, his elbow hit Thompson in the eye. I'm sorry, his elbow hit Polanco in the eye. So it looked a whole lot worse than what it was. It was just guys playing hard basketball, and unfortunately, he caught him in the face. But it was a good jump ball. Polanco seems okay. He's running around. I think he'll be all right.
4:34 left in the second quarter. It is Musselman 9, Martinsburg 6. As not sure if we have a timeout taken by Musselman or not, kind of just a
sending them to the
delay
free throw
here.
line, so I don't know.
So I guess they're going to call a late foul.
But if it's a foul, it shouldn't be shooting because...
Well, it is the 5th foul.
Yeah, but it's player control. Unless it was a technical. I don't see how they could give him a technical on that.
We don't have any clarification on the call as we are up top here at the Martinsburg Fieldhouse, not down at the scorer's table to get any information
So
relayed to us.
an offensive foul shouldn't lead to any free throws. So.
Well, I don't think it's an offensive foul because
what was
Polanco had the rebound first. And then
okay, I guess. But the
Thompson
foul,
went
I
in
thought they
and
called a
took the
jump
ball.
ball first, but maybe I just
That's what I thought
saw
as
the
well.
call wrong. I don't know.
Guess not. So, free throw up and good by Polanco, making it 10-6 Musselman.
By the way, at halftime, Jefferson leads Washington 29-24. So if both teams lose, then that
I don't know what happens there.
I guess it doesn't really mean anything for Martinsburg and Washington.
Well, second free throw was good by Polanco, making it Musselman 11, Martinsburg 6, as Cheat brings it down the floor for the Bulldogs, and at the top of the key, he gets fouled. That is the third team foul of the quarter against Musselman, and the second, I believe, against Shelton, it appears. No, first against Bunny. Read that backwards. My apologies. Bunny for Myers. Myers dribbles. Bounce passes it to Bunny in the left corner. He catches it, now dribbles to the top of the arc. They swing it around the right side. It's Harrison who thinks about the three. Instead, bounce passes it back for Myers. Bunny, the left wing, gives it back to Myers at the right side. Now they give it to Cheek. Cheek gets a screen from Bunny, puts up a shot. It's too strong. Rebounded down low by Harrison, who gets triple teamed. Tie up, jump ball. Possession arrow gives the ball to Musselman. 3:50 left here in this second quarter. 5-point Appleman lead. So far this quarter, 3 points for the Bulldogs, 2 for Musselman. Overall, 11-6 as the inbound full court trap. Shelton in the right corner gets stuck. So Musselman will take a timeout. We'll take it with them, a 30-second break, and then be back with more EPAC Boys Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
If you or someone you know suffers from the disease of addiction, help is available from the Berkeley County Quick Response Team with peer recovery coaches and support promptly to the homes of those who've recently experienced an overdose. This collective effort towards recovery brings resources and services to the community, including naloxone and treatment options. Call 304-267-1313 or visit the Berkeley County Recovery Resource Center at 800 Emmett Rouse Drive, Martinsburg. The Berkeley County Quick Response Team is funded through a DHHR grant with the Berkeley-Morgan County Health Department.
We welcome you back here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 as 3:45 left on our second quarter clock. Musselman out of its timeout. We'll have the inbound. Martinsburg establishes, or tries to, a full court press.
Yeah, not a whole lot of trapping off of it, just trying to up the tempo.
Santa Maria will bring it across midcourt and give it to Shelton. Will pass it for Cromwell. Gives it to Price at the top of the key. Cromwell gets the ball back from Price and gives it to Santa Maria. Drives to right baseline, gets double teamed, throws the ball away. The pass was intended for Brown, but goes to Myers. Myers coast to coast, left side layup, no good, and an offensive foul called against Myers as Cromwell takes the charge.
I mean, Myers has to dump that off. It's a 2-on-1 fast break. He's got to dump it off. He's got Cheek in transition. Just a mistake there, and then he ends up picking up a charge. So it would have been an easy layup, I feel like, if he makes the right pass there.
Well, you heard the assisting struggles from last game for Martinsburg, as Coach Rogers said they only had one, I believe it was, in that loss to
I think I saw that
Beckley.
too, which is
as
insane.
Shelton pulls up for three, and it's good from the top of the arc by Shelton for Musselman to make it 14-6. Cheek for Myers. Myers starts his dribble, looks left, passes to Harrison, who gives it right back to Myers. Myers will hand it to Cheek as he runs over to the top of the key to run the offense now for the Bulldogs. Pass to his right, it's caught by Myers. Myers gives it to Harrison. Harrison back for Myers. As Myers takes a step in, pulls up for a long two. It's no good. Ball on the floor, fighting for it are both teams, and a whistle as a jump ball. Possession arrow, Martinsburg with 2:25 left in the second quarter.
If I'm Martinsburg, I don't even go in the locker room at halftime. I just shoot jump shots because they're giving them plenty of open looks. They're just not making them.
6 points so far for Martinsburg. 3 by Stanley, 2 by Ajamandua, and 1 by Oluna. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, it's been tough. Like, Keyshawn, he gets the offense going either with his own scoring ability or his, drive and dish ability, but that's been taken away because he hasn't had any lanes to the rim. He hasn't really had any open jump shots. The most open shot he had, there was 2 defenders near him, so.
Cheek gets triple team, fadeaway jumper, rolls around, and finally drops through for Keyshawn Cheek's first 2 points just to the left of that left elbow, making it 14-8.
But not only is it a box and one, I mean, they're double teaming when he gets into the lane, so.
Price gets the pass, left side layup, no good, but he somehow gets it back off the deflection of Durding and is able to get a wide open shot from the right block to fall for Price, making it now 16-8. Cheek forces up a 3 and knocks it down from the right wing.
I mean, if they don't get to him right away, he's going to pull it because they need him to.
Price off the front of the rim from the free throw line, shot no good, rebounded by Durding, and he gets ran into. Minute 39 left here in the second quarter. That foul against Musselman is the team's 4th and the 2nd against Price.
And Martinsburg's back in the game, though, with some difficult shots from Keyshawn Cheek, a fadeaway jumper, and then a contested 3. So
Cheek with it. Passes to Bunny. Bunny tries to go down low for Aluna, but Shelton's right there to snag it. Shelton with the ball on the offensive front court. Gives it to Corday Bunny, who puts up a 3, and it's airballed. Ball gets tipped out of bounds by Santa Maria, who was trying to deflect it to Bartles, but it goes past him out of bounds. So Martinsburg gets the ball with 1:17 left here in the second quarter. Cheek takes the inbound down the floor now. Passes it to Bunny. Bunny left alone. Thought about the 3, instead gives it to Durding, who pulls up in the left corner. His shot no good. It's rebounded by Musselman's Cromwell underneath the hoop. 1 minute remaining in the half. It's Shelton with the basketball. Just steps across midcourt, still dribbling is Shelton, guarded by Cheek. Gives it to Santa Maria down low, and Santa Maria loses it, but they say it was last touched by Durding, so it will be Musselman ball.
I didn't see that up here, but I mean, tough to tell.
Bartles quickly inbounds to Santa Maria, who's driving in. His layup around the rim and good. 9 points for Andon Santa Maria, 18-11 lead now for Musselman. Cheek crosses over, drives to the left side, layup up and good, counted in the foul. Cheek is starting to heat up when needed now for Martinsburg, making it 18-13. So he goes to the free throw line for the end one opportunity with 38 seconds on the second quarter clock. It's that first foul for Cromwell, team 5th of the quarter.
Yeah, I mean, Keyshawn's doing what he can to get an open shot, and when he's been able to get an open shot, he's made them. So
free throw up and good by Keyshawn Cheek, making it 18-14. And he's going to take a seat on the bench. Harrison.
They don't want him to put up another foul here before halftime.
Probably smart. He does have 2. Full court press for Martinsburg as in the backcourt. It's Cromwell trying to get past Durding. Still stuck back there. He'll pass to Shelton.
They're not going to get it across.
Shelton hustling, finally does. Finds Bartles wide open in the left corner. 3, rattles around, tipped around down low. Goes out of bounds. Last touched by Musselman.
Yep. And now Keyshawn can come back in. Martinsburg can hold possibly for the last shot and somehow maybe make it a 2-point or 1-point game before halftime.
Yeah, we'll see. It's 18-14 right now. Musselman leads Martinsburg. 20 seconds left. Clock rolling down as Cheek brings it across midcourt. Stops on the dog collar of the logo. And we'll pass to Durding. Durding, right wing 3, was left wide open, so he took it. Shot no good. Deflected back out, though, as Durding gets it. Puts up another 3. Almost banks it in. It's no good. Ball fought around. Cheek gets it. Shot up at the buzzer in the paint, and it's good. 10 points in the second quarter for Cheek.
10 points in like 4 minutes.
Yeah, maybe even less, as both teams head into the locker room. Musselman, 18. Martinsburg, 16 at the half. As we step aside, take a 2-minute break, and we'll return with our halftime show. This is EPAC Boys Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows, whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
February is American Heart Month, and WV Medicine is joining the calls to raise awareness. Heart disease is the leading cause of death in the U.S., but many cases are preventable. Start protecting your heart today with self-care like moving more, eating healthier, managing stress, not smoking or vaping, and getting enough quality sleep. Learn more about the WVU Heart and Vascular Institute experts in Martinsburg, Branson, and Winchester at wvumedicine.org/heart.
We welcome you back here to the Martinsburg Fieldhouse and welcome you into the halftime show brought to you by the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Visit them online at wvjusticelawyers.com. At the half, it is Musselman leading Martinsburg by a score of 18-16 as here to begin halftime. Martinsburg football star Ace Flores being honored for his awards that he received from the season for the state champions. Nick, here at the half, give me quickly your first half thoughts.
Well, Musselman's doing a lot of the right things in terms of how you should probably play tonight's game because, like I said, Martinsburg doesn't seem to have really an answer for the box and one defense. With no Garrett Height, their outside shooting is limited to really just consistently Keyshawn Cheek. The problem is for them is that Keyshawn Cheek is really good at basketball. So even if you take him away for the majority of the game, he can make very difficult shots, and he can somehow keep his team in this game because they were shutting him down. They were doing everything they could to force the other players to beat him, and that still may end up resulting in a Musselman win. But toward the end of that second quarter, Keyshawn found a way to get hot and get something going and get some open shots despite double teams and tough defense. So, I don't know how the second half is going to go, but overall, I think Musselman is playing with the right strategy. It's just their offense needs to be a little bit better. They got to cut down on turnovers and find ways to score when they do get stops against the Bulldogs. If not, Martinsburg may be able to squeak it out in an ugly game, and because Keyshawn, even when the defense is very tough, can find a way to make a shot. So,
yeah, Keyshawn Cheek right now with 10 of the 16 points for Martinsburg, leads all scorers on both sides. However, we will get you our full halftime stats on the other side of this 2-minute break. You're tuned into EPAC Boys Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR TV 10 back in 2 minutes.
If you or someone you know suffers from the disease of addiction, help is available from the Berkeley County Quick Response Team with peer recovery coaches and support promptly to the homes of those who've recently experienced an overdose. This collective effort towards recovery brings resources and services to the community, including naloxone and treatment options. Call 304-267-1313 or visit the Berkeley County Recovery Resource Center at 800 Emmett Rouse Drive, Martinsburg. The Berkeley County Quick Response Team is funded through a DHHR grant with the Berkeley Morgan County Health Department.
Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information. Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
One of the questions lawyers get asked the most is, what is my case worth?
I'm Stephen Skinner, and this is my brother Andrew with Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers.
The truth is, it's very difficult for a lawyer to pinpoint a number because every case is different.
We get to know each situation and we'll give you an idea of what your case is worth and why.
The sooner we get involved, the better we can do getting you the compensation you deserve.
Google Skinner Lawyers or go to skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
Else at the half, brought to you by the Mansion Freddie Law Firm. It is Musselman 18 and Martinsburg 16, as Martinsburg is coming out of the locker room now to begin its shoot around. Still 6 minutes left on the clock, as that clock was delayed from starting because of Ace Flores being honored at the half. Let's now get our first half stats, brought to you by Floor Pools. Make every day better with a hot tub or swimming pool. Floor Pools has locations in Martinsburg, Chambersburg, and Hagerstown. First for the Martinsburg Bulldogs, as already mentioned, 10 points so far for Keyshawn Cheek, followed by Zion Stanley with 3 points. Zion Ajamandua has 2 points, and then Anthony Oluna with 1 point. On the other side for Musselman, leading the way is Andon Santa Maria with 9 points in that first half of the 18 for the Applemen. Following that, with 4 points, it's Keyshawn Price, 3 points for Colton Shelton, and lastly 2 points so far for Carlos Polanco. So again, the score 18-16 at the half here between Musselman and Martinsburg. Do you remember what you said the halftime score was between Washington and Jefferson?
It was 29-24. However, they are into the third quarter now at this point.
Okay.
I do not.
And it was Jefferson leading, correct?
Yes, Jefferson was leading Washington. It is 38-34 Jefferson currently, late third quarter.
All right, there you go. And right now, do not have a score update for you from the Spring Mills Hedgesville game at Hedgesville. If we are able to get a score update, we will make that known. But again, we'll step aside, take another 2-minute break here at the half. And on the other side of that break, we'll wrap up the Mansion Freddie Law Firm halftime show on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
Hello and welcome to the Alumni Association Minute. We are the Coopers and we represent the Martinsburg High School Alumni Association. You have the opportunity now to help us because it is that time of the year, and we want to remind you that your dues and gifts and any help that you can to help the youth and the alumni here, please give us all opportunity to help them.
We were fortunate last year on Senior Day to hand out 15 $1,000 scholarships to the seniors from the alumni. And with your help, we can do that again this year. but it all depends on you. You can give 2 different ways. The $10 dues or more can be mailed to Martinsburg High School Alumni Association, Post Office Box 3007, Martinsburg, West Virginia 25402. You can go online to our secure website at mhsbulldogAlumni.com. That's mhsbulldogAlumni.com. Either way would be fine as long as we get your help. There's over 15,000 of you still around because anybody that graduated from Martinsburg High School is considered an alumni, and we would really appreciate you sending your dues in.
So thank you so much for your help. And remember, we have a lot of good organizations here at Martinsburg High School, whether it's scholastic, after school, sports, good times. We ask you to help us become one of the better alumni associations for Martinsburg High School. Again, we thank TV 10 for their opportunity to help us and support us. We ask you now to continue to guide, God bless, and go Bulldogs.
We welcome you back here to the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. Just 2 minutes remaining here at the half. It is 18-16 Musselman leading Martinsburg, and we have a score update now for you from Hedgesville Spring Mills. It's Spring Mills in the third quarter with a 58-36 lead against the Eagles. So that game going pretty much as expected here tonight.
Yeah, Jefferson's pulled to a 44-38 lead in the fourth quarter with about 5 minutes left. So might see an upset there, might see an upset here. We're not going to see an upset, I don't think, between Hedgesville and Spring Mills, but a little bit surprised, I guess, in some ways that Hedgesville's defense hasn't been a little bit more effective, since in the past they have been able to contain Spring Mills to an extent. Obviously, still losing by 20-plus points, but yeah, tonight not that way. One of the better offensive showings for Spring Mills, and I mean, recently for them, Equazi's been clicking really well from the outside. So if they're shooting well from the outside, they are very, very, very tough to even keep within 20. So tonight it just seems like they're having an offensive showcase for the Cardinals.
Halftime is wrapping up here. And before we start our second half, wanted to announce, because we haven't really advertised it a whole lot, but want it to be known for those interested out there. Tune in tomorrow on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube, as we will have coverage of the Region 2 Wrestling Championships here at Martinsburg. So for those that are interested in high school wrestling, that will begin at 10 a.m. tomorrow, and we'll do our best. It's the first time we've covered wrestling, so hopefully things go well, and we'll see who from the Panhandle does well out of those 6 schools to continue on for qualifying for states out of the region.
Martinsburg just won the EPAC championships, so I guess you could say they're the favorite heading in, but never know.
Yeah, as Shelton has the ball from Musselman as they begin with possession to start the third quarter. Gives it to Santa Maria, turns around and passes for Brown, who gives it right back down low for Santa Maria, who's trying to post up against Aluna. Turnaround shot, rattles around and falls through for Santa Maria, making it 20-16 Musselman.
Yeah, they got to get him as many touches as they can on the offensive end. He's a tough matchup for any team here in the area.
Harrison in response, his shot no good, just to the right of the rim for 3 from that left wing. Rebounded by Musselman. It's now Santa Maria. Overhead pass to Shelton, who will give it to Brown at the right wing for Musselman, who gives it to Corday Bunny. They swing it around the arc for Santa Maria. Back to the opposite side for Brown, who drives, kicks it out. They reset with Santa Maria, who again likes the match against Zion Ajmandua. Drives up against him. Goes up with a strong right side layup. It's no good, but he was fouled as Ajmandua picks up his second to send Santa Maria back to the free throw line.
Well, it's actually not going to be free throws.
No, they say it was on the floor. Okay. Thank you, Nick, as Musselman with an inbound. They get it to Santa Maria. Jump hook, bangs off the rim, and takes a friendly Musselman roll.
Yeah, they got him matched up on Kyrie that time, so mismatch for the big man.
It's now 22-16. Musselman leads Martinsburg. Harrison, Bunny in the right corner. Passes it to Ajamandua at the left elbow. Turns around and gives it back to Bunny. Gets a screen from Cheek. Gives it to Ajamandua. Back to Bunny. Back to Ajamandua. Drives to right side. Immediately gets swarmed by Appleman. Ball deflected. Given to Harrison, who hands it to Awuna. And Awuna goes up strong on the left side.
Yeah, even though I feel like Musselman kind of has the size advantage with Santa Maria.
Bunny left alone. Layup no good, but nobody there to box out. So Brown picks it up and just puts it up and in. 24-18 now. It's Cheek the other way. Tries to go coast to coast. Contested finger roll, no good. Might have been deflected. It's rebounded by Musselman.
What I was going to say a few minutes ago is that Martinsburg is going to need a big second half from its post guys.
Shelton left side layup with the Euro step, no good, but he's fouled with 5:51 left here in the third quarter. So he'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots. As that foul called against Braden Harrison, his first, team second of the quarter for Martinsburg. Shelton at the line, front end free throw, good. Score now 25-18, Musselman up by 7. As Stanley and Myers will check in for Harrison and Zion Ajamandua. Shelton gets the ball for his second free throw shot, which is in the air. And no good. Almost rebounded by Santa Maria, but he can't gather it. Goes off his hand and out of bounds. Martinsburg ball with 5:50 left here in the third. Myers will take it down the court. Slows down at the right wing. Pass to his left for Awuna. Gives it to Bunny. Puts up the 3 ball, and that's good for Kyrie. 4-point game.
If he can heat up, Martinsburg, I think, can take this one tonight, but it's going to come down to some outside shooting, and Bunny can provide that. It just hasn't been super consistent.
Price goes up for the dunk and lost it at the last second. He had a great pass from Santa Maria. Went vertical and just lost it off the rim. It goes over the backboard out of bounds. So it stays 25-21.
I mean, in a close game like this, Price doesn't need to be dunking. And I think that's what Coach is telling him.
Bunny's pass deflected by Santa Maria and stolen.
That's still worth 2 points, whether you lay it up and in or throw it down.
Shelton with it for Musselman. 5 minutes left in the third. A 4-point lead for the Applemen. Bunny, Santa Maria. Excuse me, that was Brown. Bunny now with it at the left wing. Will pass it to Brown on the right wing. Gets a screen from Shelton. Brown trying to create space. Can't do so, so he passes it to Shelton. Shelton drives to right side. Loses it. Gets it as he's running the left baseline. Kicks it out to the right elbow. Ball now stolen by Stanley. Martinsburg has the number. Stanley, layup, no good. Awuna gets it, though, and taps it back in. 25-23 now.
It worked out for Martinsburg, but again, like, numbers in transition, why aren't you using that to your advantage and using the passes?
Shelton gets past Stanley as Stanley, with a little bit of a frustration foul, kind of leaned into him to try to get Shelton off balance and picks up the foul. That's the third foul of the quarter now against Martinsburg with 4:18 left here in the third. The first against Stanley. Santa Maria inbounds it to Corday Bunny. Around the left wing, Bunny will pass to Brown. Gives it to Shelton at the right wing. Shelton gets picked up by Bunny, drives it, loses it, falls as it was deflected by Stanley. Now Martinsburg the other way. It's Cheek. Pump faking against Santa Maria. Goes up after getting him with the head fake. Shot no good, but he was fouled as he got Santa Maria to jump. So that is Andon Santa Maria's second foul. That'll send Cheek to the free throw line with an opportunity to tie up the game.
Yeah, offense definitely picking up for Martinsburg here in the second half. Musselman hasn't been able to make a lot of shots to get back and always get into their zone. So Coach Basile burns a timeout here at 25-24.
We'll take a 30-second break with them then. A full timeout with 3:59 left here in the third. This is EPAC Boys Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 back in 30 seconds.
Most insurance companies see you as a claim number. Most law firms see you as a case file. When their top priority is their bottom line, you only get a fraction of the attention that you deserve. At the law firm of Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, it's personal. We listen to our clients to see the whole picture, because every part of you is important. For a team built on relationships and results, call Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson at 304-LAWYERS, or visit us at burkeandschultz.com.
We welcome you back here on Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg and TV 10 as our third quarter is brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution located at 1250 Edwin Miller Boulevard, Suite 301 in Martinsburg. Call 304-263-3361, as well as CMA's Martinsburg and Winchester dealerships. They're proud to be the owners who just care more. Out of the Musselman timeout, we'll have the back end of the two free throws for Martinsburg's Keyshawn Cheek as he tries to tie us up at 25.
By the way, from Washington, 45-44, Jefferson with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. It's Jefferson possession right now, so good one there.
Cheek knocks down the second free throw, and we're tied at 25. That Jefferson-Washington game earlier this year is the ball now thrown behind Santa Maria, stolen by Cheek in the right corner, open three, around the rim and good. Martinsburg leads it. But as I was saying, last one for the Jefferson County rivalry went into overtime. Santa Maria, Shelton gets double teamed, gives it back to Santa Maria, who has Brown running with him. He gets it across midcourt. Brown now slows it down, allows the rest of the team to get in the front court to start up the offense. He'll pass it over to the right side. It's caught by Polanco. Polanco give it to Santa Maria, who looks down low, has Brown open, but misses the open layup. It's rebounded by Martinsburg. Cheek sprinting down the floor, somehow weaves through. Layup though, short. Tipped out of bounds. Musselman ball.
Yeah, not only was there a sloppy turnover for Musselman on that possession earlier, but then they didn't hustle. Keyshawn Cheek did hustle to the corner, got the loose ball, and knocked down a wide open three. So 2 mistakes from the Applemen on that last possession. Now they're trailing. So crazy game here.
Shelton, floater, no good. Rebounded by Cheek. Cheek looks down the floor, sees Myers ahead of him, gets it to him. Shot is good on the right side by Myers. 5-point lead now, 30-25. Martinsburg feels the momentum shifting their way. Shelton gets double teamed and draws the foul as he goes down. He's helped out by Thompson. 2:41 left in the third.
Washington has taken the lead on 2 DJ Bordley free throws. It's 46-45 Patriots over the Cougars there. Minute 43 left in that one.
Myers was called with this foul. That is his second, team fourth of the quarter for Martinsburg. Shelton gets the inbound in the backcourt, brings it across midcourt. We'll pass it to Miller. Miller over for Polanco. Polanco at the top of the key. Three. Rattles around and no good. Rebounded by Owuna. Cheek now down the court. Stops at the top of the key. 3 ball. Good. Cheek. Back-to-back trays. He's got 18 now. It's 33-25. Martinsburg up by 8 here against Musselman. Santa Maria brings it across. Gives it to Brown.
Just got to relax. Get the ball inside. Santa Maria was what gave you a spark earlier. He has a huge height advantage right now out there.
Miller down low for Santa Maria against Myers. He turns around, and there you go. He saw the mismatch, and he took it just as you said to do, Nick. Quickly back the other way, though. It's Thompson catching Musselman sleeping, getting back on defense. 35-27 now.
Yeah, Musselman's transition defense in the second half has been terrible. They have
Timeout,
not been able
again
to get into their zone. I'm not sure what's causing it. I mean, maybe just give credit to Martinsburg for pushing the ball quickly out of the rebound or out of the made shot and getting it down the court, but just some terrible defense here from Musselman in the second half.
I believe it was a full timeout, so we'll take a 30-second break. 1:40 left here in the third. This is EPAC Boys Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Back live here at the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. It is now Martinsburg currently in control with a 35-27 lead here against Musselman. And it's been Keyshawn Cheek so far, after he finished with 10 points in the second quarter, has come out strong here in the third quarter, carrying the Bulldogs on his back with 8 more points to lead all scorers with 18 total of the 35 for the Bulldogs. Musselman with the ball. It's Shelton dribbling it over on the right side, bounce passing it for Miller, who loses it, but he's able to grab it, now turn around and be guarded very closely by Stanley. Miller down low for Santa Maria. It's tipped, though, however, to Polanco, who grabs it, drives to right side, layup, no good. Fighting for it down low is Santa Maria. Whistle blows, stopping the clock with 1:20. So we have a foul called, and I believe that's going to be against Martinsburg. So that is the 5th foul, and that is the 3rd foul against Thompson. And with it being the 5th team foul, that'll send Andon Santa Maria to the free throw line for Musselman.
Yeah, Santa Maria again. I feel like he needs to get a lot of touches in this game, especially if they get a switch and Awuna's not on him right now.
Free throw no good.
Because if Awuna's not on him, nobody out there can guard him at the rim, or at least they shouldn't be able to. So
Santa Maria's second free throw shot up. That one is good. He's got 16 now, making it 35-28. Cheek brings it down, gives it to Awuna. We'll pass to Stanley. Stanley somehow gets a beautiful bounce pass to Cheek, who's driving the left side. As that split 2 defenders to get to Cheek, and he lays it up and in. 37-28 now. Hetzig back the other way from Musselman. A floater good by Polanco, making it 37-30.
Yeah, Keyshawn was able to backdoor cut. Good pass.
Awuna out to Cheek. 3 from the right wing. This time no good for Keyshawn. It's rebounded by Musselman. They got the numbers. Back the other way. Cheek stopped as he wanted to try to draw the charge, so Polanco just puts up a floater. It's no good. Martinsburg back the other way. Thompson passing it in the left corner. Myers, 3-ball around the rim. No good. Rebounded by Santa Maria. He's trapped, trying to get it to somebody. He finally does so to Miller. Still in the backcourt is Musselman. 20 seconds left on the clock. Can they get it across? They get it to Shelton. He does so. Has the numbers as the full court press was still on for Martinsburg. They got it for Polanco again. Will miss a layup on the right side. The ball goes out of bounds. They say last touched by Martinsburg with exactly 14 seconds left in the third, so it's Musselman with a baseline inbound.
Yeah, you got to get these transition shots to fall if you're the Appleman.
Santa Maria gets the inbound. He's around that right wing inside the arc. Now tries to drive the baseline against Awuna, who doesn't give him the space. So Santa Maria draws the foul. Clock stops with 8.2 seconds left here in the third. That will send him back to the free throw line as Awuna picks up his first foul of the game.
Jefferson up by 3 at Washington. Jefferson, Jamari Jenkins is headed to the line with 32 seconds left for the Cougars.
Again, that would be huge. Potentially shake things up here in the Panhandle as first free throw for Santa Maria rattles around the rim before falling through.
Yeah, if both those scores hold, Martinsburg probably takes the 2 seed. Washington hits the 3, and then Jefferson might be the 4.
Yeah, we'll see. 37-31, make it 37-32 as Santa Maria makes the second free throw. He's got 18 points now. Again, 8.2 seconds left in the third. Martinsburg trying to inbound here as Musselman sets up some pressure. Goes to Stanley, who immediately gives it to Cheek. Cheek, Euro step, Shot up and somehow with the left hand got that to fall. Keyshawn Cheek. Oh my goodness. Yeah, bow down. He can't be stopped. 39-32 after 3. Martinsburg has the lead here against Musselman. We'll step aside, take a 1-minute break, and then return with the fourth quarter. This is EPAC Boys Basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV10.
It's your wellness update with Floor Pools. Today, correspondent Robbie the Duck investigates new ways to manage stress. Let's go live to Finland. Well, our fine feathered journalist has discovered something truly relaxing. Saunas. Yes, saunas have been an integral part of life in Finland for over 2,000 years. Saunas help you find peace, reduce stress, improve circulation, and even detoxify your body. Go on, Rob. Now bring this Finnish tradition to your home. Floor Pools has the perfect sauna for you. From compact models to luxurious retreats, choose from traditional, infrared, or hybrid models. Specially priced starting as low as $73 a month at Floor Pools in Chambersburg, Hagerstown, and Martinsburg. Floor Pools' intrepid, web-footed field reporter will bring you future sauna updates right here on the All Quackness channel. Until then, remember, relaxation is just a sauna away.
We welcome you back here as we begin the fourth quarter. Martinsburg with the ball, but a turnover as Myers' pass stolen by Musselman. Santa Maria got it as he has it now from Shelton. We'll pass it over for Brown. Brown gives it back to Shelton. Musselman trails it right now by 7 here against Martinsburg in the field house. Shelton contacts, no foul, shot no good, rebounded by Martinsburg. Cheek looks down the court as Thompson was wide open. Beautiful pass on the dot to Thompson. Right side layup is good. 41-32.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's not just a scorer. He will set up his teammates and get them baskets as well.
Price. Pass deflected and intercepted now by Myers. Martinsburg going down the court. They get it to Cheek. Cheek decides to slow things down. Passes it to Adjamandua. He's scanning his options. Starts his dribble. I'll give it to Stanley. Stanley with the motion. Turns. Bounce passes it to Thompson. Wide open right corner. 3 off the front of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Santa Maria. And he's going to be fouled as Stanley was behind him trying to cause some pressure. And then Myers picked him up on the double team and made contact.
Yeah, how about Thompson and Stanley? Guys that you don't necessarily expect to step up. And Myers tonight for Martinsburg. Just kind of how this game's played out. They needed some big minutes from some different guys, and they've definitely given it to the Bulldogs here tonight.
Musselman, long pass from Shelton to Bunny, wide open, he pump fakes, drives to left baseline, layup is good. That's Bunny's first 2 points, 41-34 now. Adjamandua to Myers from Martinsburg, gives it to Thompson, drives to left baseline, dribbles it out, kicks it out to Myers, back to Thompson, left corner 3 is good. No, they can only say a 2. His foot was on the line, so only a 2-pointer for Thompson to make it 43-34.
But at the beginning of the season, this team had no bench. So
Santa Maria kicks it out. Bunny drives to left baseline, lost it, but they call a foul with 6:02 left here in the fourth on the floor. Do we have the upset completed?
Yes.
In Jefferson County
gets the win over Washington, 52-46 tonight. So shocker there, and
I believe I heard
shakes things up for the EPAC.
Spring Mills won 81-50 over Hedgesville. I think that's what I heard as well.
So probably I think the best offensive performance.
Santa Maria gets blocked by
Adjamandua
as well. Yeah, you might be right. I don't know.
I think prior to that it was in the 70s. So.
Sends it up. I don't know if that was a shot or a potential alley-oop opportunity for Adjamandua, but now Musselman throws it away as they tried to lob it down the court. Goes out of bounds. 5:36 left here in regulation. It's Martinsburg 43, Musselman 34. as Kyrie Bunny will enter for Zion Stanley.
So, crazy night in the EPAC in some ways. I mean, it looks like Martinsburg's going to hold on in this one, but
still time.
Yeah, a lot of game left, obviously, but you just feel a lot better about how the Bulldogs have played recently.
So, Bunny giving it to Thompson. Back to Bunny. So now Thompson with it back to Bunny. They kind of just go back and forth. Nobody really coming out of that zone, so they continue to go back and forth. Thompson puts up the three now. It's no good. Rebounded down low by Edgemondua, who somehow finds Cheek, who tiptoes the baseline, dribbles into the left corner, and now out to reset the offense. Lengthy possession here for Martinsburg as it's Bunny driving in, kicking out to Thompson, who thought about the three, doesn't take it this time, instead passes it. Back to Bunny, back to Thompson, down low for Aluna. Aluna likes to match up. Goes up with the left hands, or excuse me, the right hands, and gets it to fall.
Yeah, I mean, Musselman's going to play zone. Martinsburg's now up double digits. There's no reason for them to rush.
45-34 as Thompson tries to steal the ball from Shelton, and he gets called with his fourth foul. That is the third of the quarter for Martinsburg. Santa Maria gets the inbound.
Trying to get Stanley for, I'm guessing, Thompson here if they can at the next dead ball.
Bartles, three-pointer up. Around the rim, no good. But an offensive rebound. They get it back to Bartles. No, Cheek deflects it and steals it. Back the other way goes Keyshawn. And he runs right in to Shelton, who was down there in defense. And he draws the charge.
So that's his third, I believe.
Yes, that is his third. 3:58 left here in the fourth. It's Martinsburg 45, Musselman 34. And that's the fourth of the quarter against Martinsburg. So one more, and Musselman's in the bonus. So if they can attack and draw more fouls, that's probably their best chance, arguably, to stay in this one.
Yeah, they haven't had their outside shooting like they did last time these two teams met.
Bartles in the paint. Runner up and good for Wade Bartles. That's his first 2 points, making it 45-36.
Because last time these two teams played, Brown and Bunny and Bartles.
Yeah.
They were nailing threes, and that's what kept them in the game.
Adjamandua to Stanley. Top of the key three. Good! 48-36.
Stanley's only a sophomore.
Stanley now reaches in, thought he had a potential steal, but he's going to get called with a foul, and that's the fifth team foul of the quarter for Martinsburg. So bonus the rest of the way for Musselman. It's Polanco to the free throw line for the two shots with 3:21 left here in the fourth.
Him and Thompson, only sophomores, so the future showing a little bit here tonight. It's overall a very veteran Martinsburg team, so you don't know really what this team's going to look like next year. But Stanley will probably be the leader.
Free throw by Polanco is good, making it 48-37. Second one up, rattles through as well by Polanco. A 10-point lead for Martinsburg with 3:15 left in a rolling fourth quarter clock right now. Bunny to Stanley. Stanley fires it to Cheek, wide open left corner three. No good. Too strong off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Bartles. Bartles gives it to Shelton, who's running down the floor. Floats a pass over the head of a few defenders. Gets it over for, I believe that's Brown. It is. And he goes with a reverse layup on the left side, making it 48-40. And Musselman will use its final timeout with 2:52 left here in the fourth. We'll take a 30-second break with them. This is EPAC Boys Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Welcome you back. Our fourth quarter brought to you by Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, representing accident injury claims for over 50 years. Go to skinnerwins.com, as well as Panhandle Dumpsters. Sign up with Panhandle today at panhandledumpsters.com and use the promo code TV10 to get your first month free. 48-40, Martinsburg leading Musselman here with 2:52 left in quarter number 4. And an interesting game. It was a slow start for both teams. Musselman, after one, led by only a score 9-3. Had a 2-point lead at halftime, 18-16. Since then, it's been Martinsburg all the way.
Yeah, Martinsburg's found ways to get Keyshawn Cheek open shots, and then some other guys have made their shots against this defense. So after a very tough start against the box and one, Martinsburg started to figure it out a little bit, and that's what allowed them to take the lead and now take control.
Bunny's trapped in the right corner, and Coach Rogers will use a timeout for Martinsburg to avoid any potential issues there. 2:27 left in the fourth.
A little bit of a different look for Musselman. They expanded their zone a little bit, trying to get some length and some traps.
Kind of have to here because
you're down 8.
We mentioned,
and it's clear that Musselman's not going to match up man to man.
Right.
They just don't have the guys to do that against Martinsburg. So
on top of the fact that there is no shot clock here in the state of West Virginia for high school basketball, so you kind of are forced to bring that zone out and put pressure so that maybe a 5-second violation or something happens. If you just stand there, team can waste that time and things can end.
Yeah, so at this point for Musselman, and they might want to start thinking about fouling a little bit too, just because they only have one, and if you get in the final minute.
That says timeout left one, which I have them at 0. They have 0 fouls so far.
Okay. I was reading the things left.
Yeah.
They're the wrong things there. But, they need to get some fouls. Because if you get under a minute or so and you need 5, that's going to be tough. So
I guess maybe one of the fouls or timeouts that I thought happened was a Martinsburg one, not a Musselman one when we look at the scoreboard.
Might have been a TV timeout.
We have those?
Not in high school.
Aluna tries to pass to Bunny, and we finally get our first team foul of the quarter against Musselman with 2:11 left here in the fourth quarter. And Zach Miller picks up his first.
Yeah, that's, again, you're probably more likely to get a steal off an inbound too, so it's not the end of the world to start fouling a little early, as long as you don't foul with guys in foul trouble.
Nobody's in foul trouble, really.
That's fair, yeah.
Cheek throws it to Aluna, and another foul. 2:05 left here in the fourth. This time it's against Shelton. That is his second, I believe.
It's in the game here if you're Coach Basile and the Appleman.
Yeah. So far, Shelton, Brown, Santa Maria, and Price with 2 fouls each. That's the most for anybody. A few others with 1 as Stanley passes it down low. Driving the right baseline was Thompson. He had the open look. And just put it too strong. Shot no good. Rebounded by Musselman. Can they get anything? It's 48-40. Pass down low. Deflected by Stanley. It's kicked out now to Brown. Brown thought about the 3 instead of pass. Deflected. Bunny to Thompson. And they decide not to take any opportunity and just slow things down and force Musselman to play defense again. Stanley to Bunny. Bunny out to Stanley to give it to Aluna as Aluna, Stanley, and Cheek all out towards that volleyball line as Stanley now gets laid out going for a ball by Zach Miller with 1:20 left here in the fourth quarter. That's Miller's second, team third for Musselman.
Yeah, if Thompson would have made that layup, it would have been one of the highlights of the game. It was a great pass from Stanley.
Aluna gets the inbound. He keeps it low, and That gave Santa Maria the opportunity, and Polanco as well, to go for the ball, but they called the reach-in foul instead of a jump ball, so that's the fourth team foul of the quarter now for Musselman.
Yeah, now you might play a little bit of defense here before fouling again, but not too much time.
That was the third foul against Santa Maria. Is now Bunny almost got it past Stanley. They both go to the floor in the backcourt. They get it to Cheek. Cheek lobs the pass up for Awuna. He didn't get the alley-oop, but he's able still to keep control underneath the basket, find the space, and get a basket to make it 50-40. 1 minute left here in regulation as Shelton with a quick layup, as make some contact here accidentally with my headset, so apologize if that caused any feedback. It at least did for me, so not sure what's going on here with the wire, but it's 50-42 after Shelton made that layup, and I believe the final timeout was used for Musselman with 57.7 seconds left here in the fourth, and it's a quick timeout, so let's just keep things here, Nick.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, at this point, Musselman is in the foul game. Martinsburg has the 8-point lead, so they're going to need to make free throws. But on that last possession, if you just throw it high, it seems like Anthony Awuna is always going to find a way to go get it. And he was able to do that and then maintain his composure and make a tough layup underneath. So, Martinsburg has the quickness and the speed, so you got to be quick on your foul, and you can't be too picky about who it is either when you're down 8. You need as much time as possible.
Inbound to Stanley, who gives it to Thompson. Thompson around midcourt will be fouled by Cromwell. That's his second. That will send Thompson to the free throw line, as 55.2 seconds now left on the clock here in the fourth quarter.
I mean, Thompson hasn't really played a whole lot all season, but tonight he's given them a great boost. So,
and he's got 6 points so far.
Only a sophomore, big spot, probably not a bad guy to foul, I guess, hypothetically, for Musselman.
He misses the first free throw.
And that's no disrespect for him, but it's just a tough situation to come into a game and provide the spark that he has, but also in these kind of big situations, knock down free throws. Could be tough. A lot of pressure.
Second free throw up, and that is good by Thompson, making it 51-42. Shelton brings it across now. Stops at the top of the key, passes it. It's caught by Polanco. Polanco dribbles the left side. Has his pass deflected, but somehow gets to Shelton as this defense locked in right now for Martinsburg.
They got to have some sort of set play or something to get an easy shot.
They get it to Bartles in the right corner. He forces up a three. It's tipped by Bunny and safe from going out of bounds by Bunny.
Well,
now Cheek with
possession. I don't know.
Cheek weaving through, and finally Brown fouls with 19.6 seconds left here to send Cheek to the line.
There was no urgency. There was no real look of any sort of set play or anything to get an easy look. I think maybe they wanted Santa Maria on the post, and Martinsburg kind of took that away, but just nothing really there for Musselman.
Cheek free throw, good, making it 52-42.
And they probably burned about like 20 seconds, so just tough. I mean, at this point now you're down 10 with 19 seconds. I don't know how realistic that's going to be. So,
yeah,
good win for Martinsburg
good as well.
I mean, this game was ugly for a while, but they put some things together, found a way.
Santa Maria brings it across the court. We'll hand it to Shelton. 53-42. And get it in the right corner. 3-point shot up, airballed right to Santa Maria. His shot no good as it was swatted from behind by Awuna, but with 5.3 seconds left, it looks like there was some contact maybe with the body, so Santa Maria will go to the free throw line here in garbage time for 2 shots. Shot up and good by Santa Maria, giving him 19 points. That makes it 53-43. Second free throw good as well, giving him 20 points. 53-44. Inbound pass. Bunny dribbles it out, and that's the ball game. Martinsburg gets the win in comeback fashion over Musselman by a final score of 53-44 on senior night to improve to 11-5 overall, 7-3 in EPAC play. Musselman will fall to 6-11 overall, 2-8 in conference play. We'll step aside, take a 2-minute break, and on the other side of that 2-minute break, we'll have our post-game show. This has been EPAC Boys Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
With a great selection comes great possibilities. And at CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg, the possibilities are endless. Shop our amazing selection of new vehicles like the Ram 1500. And right now, save on new Jeeps like the Wrangler and Grand Cherokee models. Plus, every Jeep purchase comes with our Jeep Wave program. So wherever your possibilities take you, you'll be connected. Shop CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg today. Owners just care more.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at FordofHagerstown.com or HancockChevy.com.
Mark Hughes Plumbing and HVAC is here to solve your plumbing and heating problems while meeting your renovation needs. Now serving Berkeley, Jefferson, Hampshire, and Mineral counties. We're a family-owned and operated company that's fully licensed and insured. We can do kitchen and bathroom upgrades and remodels, plumbing, HVAC and light excavation, well pumps, water heaters, and drain clearing. Call 304-620-8013. Mark's Hughes Plumbing and HVAC. We look forward to working with you. We welcome you back here to the Martinsburg Fieldhouse and welcome you into the Palace Lounge postgame show, again brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg, with a full lunch and dinner menu and daily specials in a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. Tonight's final score, Martinsburg 53, Musselman 44. The Bulldogs get the win after a very sluggish start. A win's a win. And now, even though it does come down to a vote, you feel like the 2 seed is pretty much locked up for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, at least it probably should be because of the Jefferson win tonight over Washington. Obviously, I think at times this year I've definitely felt like maybe Washington was better than Martinsburg, but I think the second half adjustments for Martinsburg here tonight and the ability to get a nice solid win against Musselman after a slow start, I think should put them in position to receive that 2 seed. And then we'll see how everything else impacts everybody else. But, good win.
Let's get tonight's post-game stats brought to you by the personal injury attorneys Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. Visit them at burkeandschultz.com. We play hardball. Starting with Musselman, leading scorer tonight was Andon Santa Maria with 20 points for the Applemen, followed by Polanco and Shelton with 6 points each. 4 points from Brown and Price, and then 2 points each from Bartles and Bunny to total up the 44 for Musselman. For Martinsburg, leading scorer was Keyshawn Cheek with 24 points, followed by Anthony Owuna with 9 points. 6 points coming each from Thompson and Stanley. 3 points from Bunny, 2 points from Ajmandua, and Myers totals up the 53 points for the Bulldogs. So that's tonight's postgame stats. Lastly, our player of the game brought to you by WVU Medicine, Berkeley, and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere.
Yeah, it's got to be Keyshawn again tonight. But, I mean, shout out to the young guys, Zion Stanley and Nakeem Thompson, for their performances because, on
By the way,
night, some sophomores played really well.
I misspoke. Thompson actually had 7, not 6.
Yes, he made that free throw there at the end. But, those young guys stepped up. But overall, also, just kind of a missed opportunity for Musselman tonight. I mean, first half, they executed their game plan pretty well. Second half, they just got kind of sloppy still and never really cleaned things up offensively, and then didn't really get into the same defense of pressure that they had in that first half. So kind of a missed opportunity for Musselman, but good win for Martinsburg. And, player of the game's Keyshawn, but, I mean, shout out to those guys as well, just for young guys coming off the bench in a big game where they haven't played a whole lot all season, and they step up. I thought that was impressive.
That'll wrap things up for us here tonight. Again, tomorrow, as you see if you're still tuned in on TV10, our YouTube stream, things getting set up for the Region 2 Wrestling Championships here at Martinsburg. We'll have coverage of that for you. Things will start at 10. We'll go on air probably around 9:45 or so. So again, for Dylan Bishop back at the studio, as well as Alec Epperson and Kyler High, our camera crew, John Alderton, our on-site producer, along with Nick Verzolini on the headset alongside me. I'm Colin McLaughlin signing off. Again, final score: Martinsburg 53, Musselman 44. This has been EPAC Boys Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Have a good rest of your night.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Basketball. Today's game has been brought to you by
Century 21 Modern Realty Results, Cody's Auto Body, The Palace Lounge, CMA Honda, the Berkeley County Health Department, Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, Brown's Funeral Home and Cremations, Hagerstown Ford, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, W. Harley Miller Systems, Smallwood and Small Insurance Agency, CMA Chrysler Dodge, WVU East, the law firm of Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, RAI Properties, Parsons Ford, Rocks, Gary Kelly Allstate, and Panhandle Dumpsters.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and NBA basketball, keep it tuned to Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. All rights reserved.